for the highest-paid player in the league, Matthew Stafford. That's the rookie, Kenny Golladay. Unreal grab.
Yeah, Matt called it ugly, but that was a pretty throw.
Atlanta at Chicago. The defending NFC champs looked a little sluggish. Thank goodness their defense showed up to play to avoid the huge upset.
Made the key play in the fourth quarter. Didn't look great.
Atlanta will host Green Bay next Sunday night here on NBC. Eagles all over Kirk Cousins. Fletcher Cox with the scoop and score to put it away. Redskins 4 turnovers.
Yeah, just walking around. Don't care. It's no big deal.
Jets at Buffalo. Wasn't pretty, but the Bills are in first place in the AFC East, at least for a week. Tyrod Taylor, a couple touchdowns. Got to start somewhere, right?
Yes, you do.
All right. Baltimore at Cincinnati. Boy, Cincinnati's got to start somewhere. It wasn't today. 20-0, the final. 5 turnovers, including the strip sack from the ageless Terrell Suggs. Cincinnati will host Houston short week on Thursday night. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Antonio Brown was targeted 11 times. He had 11 catches, 182 yards, and a victory.
What can Brown do for you?
He can do a whole lot.
Yeah, if you double team him, he can't.
Oakland at Tennessee. Derek Carr and the Raiders, out to prove last year was no fluke. Impressive win in Tennessee. Carr throws for 262 and 2 scores as they beat the Titans by 10. Carolina at San Francisco. After a disappointing 2016 season, Cam Newton and the Panthers took care of business. Russell Shepard is in with the score, 23-3, the final. Seattle at Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers to Jordy Nelson. Career touchdown pass, 298. Doesn't get any easier next week. They visit Atlanta on Sunday Night Football. Jacksonville at Houston. Jags defense dominating. Saxonville, 10 sacks, 4 takeaways. Dante Fowler with a 53-yard fumble return. J.J. Watt starts the best sounds from week 1.
When did you hurt your hand, your finger?
In the second quarter sometime. Just busted the bone through the skin. Nothing bad, just tape it up.
It's not easy. It's not easy to get a win in the National Football League.
Shout out to Ozzie Newsome. Make sure you print that too.
Dick LeBeau's got a few skins on the wall. Pretty good. And he turned 80 yesterday, which we saw. I said no gifts.
Well, I don't know who they're booing at. They could be booing at me, and that's fine. You can boo at me all you want. Just don't boo. Don't boo my guys.
How you guys doing? Go right ahead. Oh, injuries. Okay, sorry about that. First time getting used to this.
It shows Northwest Ohio's got great football.
You know, I don't know if I dream in my wildest dreams. You know, most of the time I'm thinking about, my wife in my wildest dreams.
Wow. Hey, do you think Terrell Suggs knows who pays his checks?
Of course.
Shout out to Ozzie.
Giving him a shout out there. Let's take a look at today's winners, brought to you by Subway Restaurants. Tony, your big winner today is?
Jacksonville Jaguars played very physical, and they found themselves a running back in Leonard Fournette.
You didn't mention his name 3 times. You just mentioned his name, Terrell Suggs, 2 sacks, 15 season. Very impressive.
Today's winners brought to you by Subway Restaurants. All right, 4 down territory. First down, best thing you saw today was what?
The Ravens defense for me, Coach. 4 interceptions, 5 sacks, 0 points. Most important thing, and offensively, they're taking shots down the field.
And I thought the big thing was Carson Wentz playing a big division game on the road. He threw a pick-6, but bounced back and played great down the stretch.
Second down, most impressive NFC team performance turned in by?
It was Green Bay, but it wasn't their offense. It was their defense. And Don Capers, defense coordinator, we know he likes to blitz, all these exotic blitzes, but they're getting pressure with the front 4.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Seattle, we know they have some problems in the offensive line, but that Green Bay defensive line set the tone. They won the game today.
Third down, the impact of no Odell Beckham Jr. tonight is?
You don't have that explosive player. Odell is very capable of taking a slant, taking it 60, 70 yards. We've seen it very often. Brandon Marshall, he was brought here for a reason. They're going to have to lean on his veteran experience, coach, and he's going to have to step up and make plays.
Yeah, the Cowboys defense now will be able to squeeze down, play a little tighter, keep those short gains down, tackle. They don't have to worry about that big throw down the field to Beckham.
Who wins and why?
Well, I've talked about their defense about 4 times this show, so I'm taking the Giants. I think they have a special defense.
I know Eli loves to play there, and the Cowboys...
Just get to it,
okay,
Coach.
I'm taking the Cowboys because they have their big player, Zeke, and Beckham is out.
Wait, if you did an interview with Eli instead of Dak, would you have taken the Giants there?
Maybe so.
Because he's the nicest guy in America.
We'll see you at halftime. Back to Mike Tirico. Mike?
Dan, always keeping everybody straight. Thanks, guys. You know, in the NFL, things change quickly. Take Dallas, for example, the team that plays in this great building. They went from 4 wins to 13 a year ago. Every season, teams rise and fall in the standings, and rivalries shift accordingly. But Cowboys-Giants always seems to matter. And sure, it's week 1, but preseason projections and history tell us what happens this opening night will play a significant role in who wins this division at season's end. Cowboys-Giants, a great way to start Sunday Night Football. So is Carrie Underwood. We debut this year's version of her opening next, and it's great. Enjoy the game. Al, Chris, and Michelle will have it for you. See you at halftime.
This has been Kia's Sunday Night Kickoff.
I am going to help you rebuild your empire.
I'm dangerous.
The Blacklist moves to Wednesdays, starting September 27th on NBC.
Here, there's no place like it. It's where you work, it's where you play. Here is where you call home. When it comes to weather here, you expect the earliest alert. Is your phone's weather app updated here?
To know what's happening here, download the Wave 3 News weather app. It's updated by a team that knows here because we live here.
The Wave 3 News weather app, sponsored by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
It's not just a car. It's your daily retreat. Innovative technology, refined styling. That feeling you can only find in a Lexus. Go ahead, spoil yourself. The ES and ES Hybrid.
Lease the 2017 ES 350 for $299 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
At Longhorn, tonight's special, the Great American Steak Dinner for $12.99. A center-cut sirloin with a side, plus a starter, or dessert. And for lunch, try one of our new burgers, like the barbecue bacon burger. You can't fake steak.
We all use electricity differently.
Sure, electricity turns the lights on.
But our co-op
is power.
Power is the information that we give about efficiency.
Safety.
Technology. We trust the co-op.
Because we are the co-op.
I know what you're thinking. There's a dad that makes fathering look easy. But before Pacifica, he had his hands full. Sure, now you see a man who's able to stow and go with ease. But he wasn't always that man. Now thanks to our Pacifica, Dad can put his mistakes behind him. Well, most of them.
Booyah! Yeah.
Chrysler Pacifica is now the highest-ranked minivan in initial quality by J.D. Power.
Lauren Jones on Wave 3 News Sunrise. Spanish audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Watch live local and primetime games with NFL Mobile. Only on Verizon.
The roof is closed at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, as we get set for the next chapter in an illustrious rivalry as the New York Giants meet the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
Stand up and cheer, stomp your feet, start clapping. NBC Sunday night about to happen. Been waiting all day. Giants and the boys have come to play. Al, Chris, Michelle, turn it up. It's the NFL. Can't get enough. We got a battle tonight. A winner take all. Ain't nothing like Sunday night football. It's out of control. Get set, let's go. The clock's winding down. Let's rock and roll. Stand up and cheer, stomp your feet, start clapping.
It's another opening, another show at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, with the Dallas Cowboys taking the field. And they're all geared up to face Eli Manning, but not Odell Beckham, out with an ankle injury on Sunday Night Football. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle DeFoy. Well, the Cowboys come off a great season. They were 13-3, led by the spectacular rookies, Dak Prescott at quarterback, Zeke Elliott. Prescott, of course, is ready, raring to go, and so is Elliott, because a judge earlier this week halted what would have been the beginning of a 6-game suspension. This is a team trying to get to the Super Bowl for the first time since 1995. The Giants come off a good year. They were 11-5, ended a 4-year playoff drought. They are a legitimate Super Bowl contender, but will have to do it tonight without a guy who caught 101 passes last season, Odell Beckham Jr. Chris, as we look at this matchup, the Cowboys and the Giants have owned the Cowboys over the last season and a half. 3 straight wins, 2 last year. What's been the recipe?
Well, they did it with defense, didn't they? They were tremendous. I thought they handled Dak and Dez and Ezekiel really better than anybody did. So now they turn the attention to the offensive side. Pick up Evan Ingram, a great-looking young tight end, and Brandon Marshall. So it all comes down to what it always comes down to. Can they protect Eli Manning?
Whenever we cover the Cowboys, never a dull moment, always a lot of drama. No different this time around. What do you think of this team right now?
Well, Dak Prescott's had a year now to study what few mistakes he made a season ago. So the question's on the defensive side for the Cowboys. They lost 3 starters out of that secondary, some key suspensions in the defensive line. So the great unknown in this ball game for me, the Dallas Cowboys defense.
Time to roll deep in the heart of Texas. It's the Giants and the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
Ain't nothing like Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by the 2018 Kia Sorento. Learn more at kia.com. By Subway, so much sandwich. By Verizon, not just unlimited, Verizon Unlimited. And in high definition by Navy Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Blind spots can make navigating certain driving situations rather tricky. Which is why the award-winning Kia Sorento has an available surround view monitor. The Jeep Grand Cherokee does not. That doesn't sound good. The Kia Sorento, highest-ranked midsize SUV in initial quality by J.D. Power. Get up to $4,500 total cash on a new 2017 Sorento for qualified buyers.
We just got to take it one game at a time. Next question.
Odell, can you repeat everything you just said? My live stream won't load.
Technical foul.
Wrong sport.
Wrong network. You see, you need unlimited on Verizon. It's America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. They won't let you down in places like this, even in the strike zone.
It's the red zone.
Pretty sure it's the strike zone. Here, use mine. All right, see you on the court, champ. Heads up.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Now plans start at $40 per line for 4 lines.
The search is intense. We spent weeks canvassing the quadrant to pinpoint our perfect location. Once locked in on our target, we knew we had to move fast.
Fortunately, we were already pre-approved for a no-money down loan with Navy Federal Credit Union, and we were able to put an offer on this place immediately after it went on the market.
I see you, Dad.
How are my tomatoes doing, babe?
Pretty good.
Navy Federal Credit Union, open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families.
With tomatoes, and onions, and thick carved turkey breasts on carved turkey for a limited time. Cranberry mustard sauce, man, that looks good. The autumn carved turkey is back for a limited time at Subway.
Dez Bryant for the touchdown.
When amazing moments happen on Sunday Night Football, share the experience and be part of the conversation at SNF on NBC.
Throws, touchdown.
And stream Sunday Night Football online on your tablet or connected TVs with the NBC Sports app.
NBC Sports, home of Super Bowl 52. welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise with us in a moment of silence for the millions that have been affected by Hurricanes Harvey and Irma, and to salute the first responders, emergency medical personnel, and thousands of volunteers for their courage and commitment in the rescue and recovery effort. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please join us in singing the national anthem. Presenting tonight's colors is a special Joint Responders Honor Guard, joined by personnel from other state and federal agencies. And performing tonight's anthem, our official anthem trumpeter, Freddie Jones.
About 90,000 looking on tonight. Always a lot of great stories in this rivalry. Here comes another one from Michelle Tafoya. Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Al. Yes, tonight we will see a remarkable moment for Cowboys linebacker Jalen Smith, who is making his NFL debut. Coming out of Notre Dame in 2015, Smith was projected to be a top 5 draft pick, but in his final college game, the Fiesta Bowl, Smith suffered a major left knee injury, tearing multiple ligaments, along with nerve damage, which resulted in foot drop, meaning he could not raise his left foot toward his shin. Many believed he would never play again, but Dallas took him in the second round, and he has spent every day since working toward this moment. Now, he played in the final 3 regular season games and preseason games, and Jason Garrett told us he got better every week. Smith told me before this injury, the game had never been taken away from me. This was definitely humbling, and it taught me to be a better man. Now,
okay, Michelle, and there is Jason Garrett, who's been the coach since midway through the 2010 season. Ben McAdoo in his second season as the Giants head coach. Started last year with 2 wins, then 3 losses, but the Giants won 9 of their last 11. Each team bounced out of the playoffs last year by Green Bay. Aldrick Rosas, a rookie, will make his NFL debut. He's a big man at 6'3" and 220 from Southern Oregon. And this is the rookie Ryan Switzer, no relation to Barry, who will run it back. Towels waving, always a great scene at AT&T Stadium, which opened in 2009 when the Giants came in and spoiled the debut of Jerry World. So underway from a yard in, Ryan Switzer makes his NFL debut and gets taken down up at the 25-yard line as we take a look at the Dallas offense.
Dak Prescott, Mississippi State.
Ezekiel Elliott, Ohio State.
Darius Bryant, Oklahoma State.
Cole Beasley, SMU.
Terrence Williams, Baylor.
Jason Witten, Tennessee.
Tyron Smith, USC.
Chaz Green, Florida.
Travis Frederick, Wisconsin.
Zach Martin, Notre Dame.
Lael Collins, LSU.
Almost universally regarded as the best offensive line, but Green at left guard, Collins at right tackle, are the new starters, and they begin the year with a drop back pass, and then he puts it down, does Prescott, and gets forced out of bounds after a gain of 5. Jonathan Casillas runs him out. So Prescott, who began the year last year, he was going to probably be the number 3 quarterback before Tony Romo got hurt. Phenomenal season, 23 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. The rating was terrific, the offensive rookie of the year, and he comes up to the line of scrimmage without a huddle. So they pick up the pace early, and it's 2nd down and 4 from the 30-yard line. And here goes Elliott, and Elliott is able to lean forward and pick up a couple of yards before the helmet comes off. Damon Snacks Harrison makes the stop, 3rd and short upcoming.
This guy may be the best run player in the NFL. He has just been phenomenal. We talked a lot about the free agent additions that were made to this team. Olivier Vernon, the great pass rusher. Janoris Jenkins, we'll talk about him out there on Des Bryant. But Snacks Harrison takes care of the interior.
3rd down, about a yard and a half. From the 33 out of the shotgun. Giants show blitz. Then it's Prescott who keeps it, and he's going to be very close to a 1st down, and that's Harrison again right in the middle of things. The Giants spent a lot of money shoring up that defense last year, and it paid off. Only the Patriots allowed fewer points per game than did New York. Carl Cheffers, who was the referee in the Super Bowl last year, will bring in the change, and it looks, at least with the naked eye, as if he just does have it.
Watch Dak Prescott look this way. He was going to throw a pass out there, did not like it, then had to just scramble. That's one of those plays where you sort of have the option to hand it off or run it that way or just throw it out there hot. Thought he had the hot, didn't have it, and you could see Ezekiel Elliott. He was as confused as anybody.
And they give him the 1st down. McAdoo looking up at the big overhead board. Gave Dallas a pretty good spot there.
Were you surprised when Dak Prescott told us the other day that he weighed 240? I mean, I knew kind of what the weight was, and he said, I'm 240 and about 220 of it are my legs. And you could see it on a pair of shorts. This is a really thickly built guy, and when you lean into him, he doesn't always go down.
Pretty well sculpted for 240.
Yep.
From 34 now on 1st down. Here comes Elliott again to the right side, and Elliott gets bounced down at the 37. Let's take a look at Steve Spagnuolo's defense.
Jason Pierre-Paul, South Florida.
Damon Harrison, D. William Penn University.
Jay Bromley, Syracuse.
Olivier Vernon, the U.
Devon Kennard, USC.
B.J. Goodson, Clemson.
Jonathan Casillas, New Brunswick High School.
Janoris Jenkins, North Alabama.
Landon Collins, Alabama.
Darian Thompson, Boise State.
Eli Apple, The Ohio State University.
And as the Giants introduce themselves, we introduce you to one Cole Beasley, number 11 out of the slot. Had a breakout year last year. 1st down Dallas.
Leading receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, and now you're starting to see once the Dallas Cowboys can establish anything running the ball, the second major weapon that they have is the ability of Dak Prescott to run those bootlegs, get out of the pocket, and put horizontal pressure on the defense.
Every play run without a huddle, so the Giants unable to substitute. From the 50-yard line, hanging in the pocket, fires, and that's Jason Witten, who before the night is done figures to be the all-time leader for the Cowboys in receiving yards. Tackled by the middle linebacker B.J. Goodson, gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
And I would think that's going to be a big part of the plan for the Cowboys tonight. B.J. Goodson taking over at that middle linebacker position in there, and you've got the great Jason Witten working against him inside.
Now you've got Elliott outside, and Elliott then sets up now in the slot. So with the empty backfield, 5 wide.
We're seeing Dak doing a lot of audibling. That's a little different for him this year. Much more in control at the line of scrimmage.
Well, he made it pretty simple early last year, but he learned in a hurry. 2nd and 3. And Prescott fires over the middle, and that's incomplete. Bryce Butler was the intended receiver on slant. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
One of the great matchups to watch tonight. On the outside, you've got Lael Collins working against Jason Pierre-Paul, who just looked great in the preseason. Lael Collins now taking over for Doug Free at that right tackle position, and that matchup could well decide this game tonight.
3rd down and 3 on the game's opening drive. This is the 8th play for Dallas, all without a huddle. Prescott, clean pocket to the outside, a wobbly pass intended for Dez Bryant and incomplete. So after the Cowboys pick up 2 first downs, Jason Garrett sends in the punt group.
Well, this was the story of last season as well. You're going to get Dez Bryant out here, but Janoris Jenkins really played Dez so tough a season ago, and as soon as the play was over, it was Janoris Jenkins who told us he prefers to be called Jackrabbit, so I would imagine that Dez was just calling him Jackrabbit there.
As he said, he can only catch 1 at a time. You get 2, you get none. Here's Chris Jones. You got Dwayne Harris, and he started to call for the fair catch, and then it's touched by the Cowboys. And at the 5-yard line, Anthony Brown went down there to down it. Here comes Eli and the Giants.
Confidence never goes out of style. The Kia Cadenza, the highest ranked large car in initial quality by J.D. Power.
We don't just want to watch the games cable gives us. We want all the teams, no matter where we live, with DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. We want Falcons in New York, Jets in LA, Bears in New Orleans, or Buccaneers in a quaint little New England bed and breakfast.
Can you please pass the marmalade, Charlie?
I sure can, Crazy Pirate.
Switch to DirecTV and get every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Need help calling the right play on game day? Call me at the Gruden Hotline. Gruden Hotline.
Coach, I'm decorating for game day.
Decorating what, with like streamers?
And balloons.
Really?
Yeah, like I said, I'm decorating.
It's a game, not an office party. You got Coronas, you're good. Trust me.
Streamers and balloons.
All right, then.
Find your beats this game day. Call the Gruden Hotline, and you could win the opportunity to hang out and talk football with Coach Gruden.
It's in the heartbeat, it's in the real thing. You can't make it up. It's in your soul deep. It's in the stars, the stripes, this dirt on my feet. The way I love my
Not everyone can be an all-pro like Jason Witten, but anyone could save money with Geico.
Sunday Night Football brought to you by the 2018 Kia Sorento. Learn more at kia.com. By DirecTV and by Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach. That was a couple of weeks ago. The Cowboys were hosting the Texans. They eventually had to postpone the game because of the flooding in Houston. And a man, the President of the United States, George W. Bush, at the game tonight with Laura Bush, looking on as guests of Jerry Jones. From the 5-yard line, the Giants start with Paul Perkins for a gain of 4. Stopped by Sean Lee. Eli Manning, #1 pick overall in the draft back in 2004. So he makes his 200th consecutive start. 3rd longest streak by a quarterback in NFL history. There's another Manning who's on that list, just ahead of him, along with Brett Favre. 2nd down and 7 from the 9-yard line. And Manning throws. That's about a 2-yard gain. That's the rookie Evan Ingram making the catch. And let's take a look at the New York offense.
Eli Manning, Ole Miss.
Paul Perkins, UCLA.
Brandon Marshall, Central Florida.
Sterling Shepard, Oklahoma.
Red Ellison, USC.
Evan Ingram, Ole Miss.
Eric Flower, all about the U.
Justin Pugh, Council Rock High School South.
Weston Richburg, Colorado State.
John Jerry, Ole Miss.
Bobby Hart, Florida State.
For the Cowboys, that was DeMarcus Lawrence who came blitzing through. And it's going to be 4th down. A sack for Lawrence. and the Giants are a very quick 3 and out.
Yeah, there's another one of those stunts that the Cowboys love, and the question's always going to be, we hit it on the open a little bit, can Eric Flowers and Bobby Hart hold up at the tackle position this season to protect Eli Manning?
That will be huge. They couldn't do it last year, but the Giants were still 11-5. Brad Wing's kick. Switzer is back there, and the rookie makes a fair catch at the 46-yard line. Cowboys have it at midfield. Each team has had the ball once in Arlington.
Remember 2007? Smartphones? OMG. 10 years later, nothing's really changed. It's time to snap out of it.
Hello, Moto.
Snap on a JBL speaker. Put a 70-inch screen on a wall. Get a 10 times optical zoom. Get excited, world.
Hello, Moto.
Moto is here. The new Moto Z with Moto mods. Buy the new Moto Z, and you'll get a free projector mod.
We come into this world needing others. Then we are told it's braver to go it alone. But there's another way to live. A way that sees the only path to fulfillment is through others.
Blind spots can make navigating certain driving situations rather tricky. Which is why the award-winning Kia Sorento has an available surround view monitor. The Jeep Grand Cherokee does not. That doesn't sound good. The Kia Sorento, highest-ranked midsize SUV in initial quality by J.D. Power. Get up to $4,500 total cash on a new 2017 Sorento for qualified buyers.
September 25th. The Voice is back.
You're what I've been waiting for.
Fake news.
I got 3 dogs, and their name is Oscar, Grammy, and Tringo.
Oh, no, she didn't. The Voice returns Monday, September 25th on NBC.
Tonight show this week with Jimmy Fallon. Good guests dropping by. Seth Meyers will be there. See Julianne Moore. We'll see Jake Gyllenhaal. Tonight show with Jimmy Fallon, all this week on NBC. Sun going down over the prairie here in North Texas. There's downtown Dallas in the foreground. And out we come to Arlington, about a 35-minute drive from downtown Big D. From the 46-yard line, Cowboys begin their second drive. And this is Elliott. Last year's leading rusher in the National Football League. To the 48, we go to Michelle.
Well, Dallas wide receiver Terrence Williams is questionable with a left ankle injury. He went back to the locker room for x-rays, and as he tried to get off the bench and make his way back there, he could not put any weight on that foot whatsoever. So he was assisted to the locker room, hopping the whole way, much as he was there, guys.
All right, Michelle, that's why we're going to see more of Bryce Butler, number 19. That's Beasley going in motion to the slot on the right on 2nd down and 4. Fake, and then Prescott throws, and Beasley cannot make a one-handed catch. Covered on the play by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, and Jonathan Casillas put the heat on that time to force it 3rd and 4. Well, what a job Steve Spagnuolo did. He came back to the Giants. He'd been there in 2007 and 8. That led to him getting the head coaching job with the Rams. The first year he came back, they were pretty bad, and then they went out and spent a lot of money on good defensive players, and last year they were terrific. 3rd and 4. To the outside. He's got his man Beasley. Spin move. Rodgers-Cromartie makes the tackle. 1st down for Dallas.
Cole Beasley was telling us that he thought Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, other than Orlando Scandrick on his team, was the best slot corner there was. Very unusual for a guy 6'2" to be a slot corner, but he said he just understands his leverage and where his help is so well. So tough to get open, but that is Cole Beasley's bread and butter route right there.
Elliott through the middle. Elliott equally effective last year, whether he ran inside or outside. So they picked him with the number 4 overall choice in the draft last year. Normally running backs don't go that high out of Ohio State. And boy, did he pay off with not only leading the league in rushing, but by a mile. 1,631 yards, so he averaged over 100 yards per game last season.
And the amazing thing about him is that 87% of his runs went past first contact. So somebody contacted him at some point, and only 13% of the time did that contact bring him down.
2nd and 7 from the 33. And the play clock goes all the way down, and thus Dallas takes a timeout. 7:18 remaining in the first quarter. Meanwhile, Dez Bryant held in check last year. Giants won the 2 meetings between these two teams, and he was matched up, Bryant was, with Jenkins. And there they are. I don't know if we're living past glories, because all the glories would belong to the defensive back.
Yeah, that really was a lot of the key to the New York Giants beating them twice. That guy right there, Jackrabbit Jenkins, he was all over him, and we watched it closely. Dez had 1 catch in each game, and in the second game, the 1 catch he had, Janoris Jenkins made him fumble it, and it actually turned the game around completely.
A complete shutdown. 2nd down and 7 now from the 33 after the timeout. Giants on a delayed blitz, deep downfield, and reaching for it and making the catch is Bryce Butler. Great catch. Eli Apple with the coverage on the play, and that's going to be a 1st down and goal, a 30-yard gain.
Well, for my money, Bryce Butler is just about to earn his way onto the field on a regular basis. We have seen this pretty consistently out of him when he gets the chance, and most teams, when they get a chance to go after somebody, it is Eli Apple.
No review. He got his hands underneath it, and now a little fade into the back corner of the end zone. No good. Dez Bryant thinks he has a touchdown, but the official right there, Janoris Jenkins, covering. No, sir, not 6 points. 2nd and goal.
Well, it looked like the catch was made. Let's take a look. And then 1 foot down, and does anything else? No, the elbow hits down out of bounds first. He just simply could not get the other foot down. It's the power of the Cowboys here. They can throw it in from here. Their quarterback can run it in, and of course Ezekiel Elliott behind his great line.
Fake to Elliott, then the pass is too high. Intended for Dez Bryant, so he's already been targeted 3 times tonight and 0 for 3. 3rd down and goal, and Prescott says, my fault.
Going to try and fake this to Ezekiel Elliott and get Landon Collins to come up here and then throw it right behind him. He played it sort of halfway down, but it was Dak just missing the throw. So once again, just cannot get a completion to Dez Bryant, and that time Dak Prescott said, all me.
You got a stack to the left, and you got Witten coming in motion to the slot on the right. You got Prescott serving and dancing and under pressure and throwing to the end zone, and the flag is down. That pass is too high. So they had a 1st and goal at the 2. And right now it's either going to be 4th down, or we'll see where the penalty will put it and who it's on. Carl Cheffers will make the call in a moment. DJ used to be HL for head linesman. Now it's a down judge.
There's no foul on the play. The quarterback was out of the pocket. 4th down.
And in comes the field goal group.
Jason Pierre-Paul on the outside working against Lael Collins, who's playing right tackle really for the first time, and Collins staying with him pretty well so far. Collins was a left tackle in college, played left guard a season ago before he got hurt.
So Dan Bailey, one of the best in the league, if not the best, This is the old extra point. 21-yard field goal attempt, and there are the first points of the game. They come with 6.5 to go in the opening quarter. 3-0 Cowboys.
For more taste, less calories, and half the carbs, there's only one light beer to grab. Miller Lite. Hold true.
All right.
Pre-order the Galaxy Note 8 and choose free accessories up to $229.
Their bodies discovered by their sons. The multi-million-dollar shopping spree led police to their doorstep.
Law and Order True Crime, The Menendez Murders. Premieres September 26th on NBC.
Well, there's a guy who catches 6 or 7 passes a game, had 10 touchdowns last year, hurt his ankle in the preseason game against Cleveland 2.5 weeks ago, and he's always been kind of like a question mark as to whether he'd be ready tonight. Of course, he's on the trip. You see him right there. He did work out before the game, just wasn't ready. And now the kick will not be run out, and the Giants get it at the 25. And let's take a look, Chris, at Beckham before the game tonight.
Yeah, we kept a pretty close eye on him, obviously, and it wasn't the way he ran the routes that gave it away. For me, when he ran this route right here, jumped and landed back on that ankle, and then gave you that look, it was like, I don't know. Went over and talked to Ben McAdoo, and for all they want to say about the doctors making decisions, they're involved, but it is the player, the coach, what's best for the long-term interest of the New York Giants, and I think collectively they probably made the right call.
They get an extra day off before their next game, the Monday nighter against Detroit. Meanwhile, there's a little dump pass to Paul Perkins, who has become the Giants' #1 running back. We go to Michelle.
Well, Beckham estimates, Al, that he's been spending 10 hours a day getting treatments, day and night, he told us. Things ranging from laser therapy to chiropractic treatment. And as you said, the key is getting him to the point where he can play without endangering himself of any other harm. I think he's going to go right back to those 10-hour days starting tomorrow.
Yeah, I bet he will when the Giants go home. And as we say, they play the Lions a week from tomorrow night. And then we'll see what happens. 2nd down and 5 from the 30-yard line. And Manning under pressure, slips away, and then the pass is incomplete. Intended for Perkins coming out of the backfield. DeMarcus Lawrence, who put early pressure on the first series. Stephen Paya put the heat on Manning. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, let's finish up on Odell just a bit. His game is really about his quickness. I think he is one of the quickest guys in and out of cuts that I have ever seen in my life. Yes, he's fast, but he's not overwhelmingly fast. What is the difference maker on him is that when he makes those cuts, nobody can keep up with him. On that slant, he scored the touchdown on last year. Unbelievable what he can do after the catch.
3rd and 5. Shane Vereen in the backfield. Flare him out. Manning jostled. Gets away. Keeps his eyes downfield. Flag comes in from behind. And the pass is incomplete. So we'll see what the penalty is here. It was a 3rd down and 5 play. Here's Cheffers.
Holding. Number 77 offense. That penalty's declined. Result of the play. 4th down.
2 series for the Giants and still nary a 1st down.
Lawrence going right around the edge here, and I tell you, this is getting to be a mismatch with these tackles again. Eli, a great play to hold on to the football. I thought Lawrence was going to knock it out of his hand, and then right in front of Eli there was John Jerry's hole.
So Wing with his 2nd punt of the night. They almost got to him. The deep kick is fair caught by Switzer at the 30-yard line after a 50-yard move. 3-0 Cowboys.
Molly, can you please take out the trash?
I reprogrammed the robots to do the inspection. It's running much faster now. See?
That's amazing, Molly.
Thank you.
You're a cop. What do you want?
I found something. I need to know if it's real. They'll be after me soon.
He has found the key to future of the species.
Bring them to me. You were right. You were right about everything.
Rated R. Experience it in IMAX. October 6th.
NBC has 4 critically acclaimed comedies, and Thursdays this fall, they're all on one night.
Let's party!
Including the return of a must-see TV comedy legend.
We should just be what we've always been.
A sad middle-aged lady. And Grace.
Will and Grace returns home. Joining Superstore, The Good Place, and don't miss Tina Fey guest starring on Great News.
It's working perfect.
An all-new night of comedy returns Thursday, September 28th on NBC.
Welcome to the fire.
September 28th. Chicago Fire moves to Thursday, and all your burning questions will be answered.
Tracy!
Chicago Fire returns Thursday, September 28th on NBC.
Scott Linehan doing a masterful job last year. Points 5th, yards 5th, and rushing 2nd. Only Buffalo gained more ground yards than did the Cowboys last year. From the 29-yard line, Terrence Williams is back in the game. And a short drop, and the pass is caught up at the 38-yard line. So it's the 4th time he goes to Bryant, and it's the first time he's able to connect with him. 8-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, he had 2 big opportunities on the goal line and missed them twice. So sometimes as a receiver, you just want to see the ball back when you do your job and get open. The one thing that they learned was that Janoris Jenkins is a guy you don't want to try and bully. You try and bully him, and he gets better. The focus tonight for Des Bryant, much more about route running than his typical physical play.
You saw Williams go off the field. Part of the reason was they go to a 3 tight end set on 2nd down and short, and that results in an Ezekiel Elliott 1st down.
Well, here is the very base play of the Dallas Cowboys. When they get this outside stretch going, where all these guys, all these athletes get in front of a great athlete like Ezekiel Elliott, they get that going. That's what sets up the bootleg game of Dak Prescott.
Williams back in now on a 1st down from the 43 of Dallas. And that's deflected at the line of scrimmage by Snacks Harrison. So Prescott started the game 5 of 12 for 70 yards.
Yeah, and even Harrison, 2.5 sacks a season ago, a career high. But what you really want out of those interior guys is a push. So you don't want Dak Prescott to be able to step up into those throws. If he gets the push, it gives those edge rushers a chance to get there.
Now out of a semi-pistol here. With Elliott just off his shoulder. And Prescott guns one to the right side. And that'll set up a 3rd and 1 as Terrence Williams makes the catch on the Giants side of the field at the 48-yard line.
In the second game that was played in New York last year, the Cowboys felt like the Giants hit them with about 6 blitzes that confused them, that they really were unsettled and they made some big mistakes they had not made all season long. And that guy right there, Steve Spagnuolo, was the one that drew him up. So they spent a lot of time being prepared to get in and out of looks that the Giants may end up giving them tonight.
Already the 21st play of the night for Dallas. And that with forward progress should result in a first down. It does, as they come in to spot it. Eli Apple covering Terrence Williams on the play. And Dallas now with 6 first downs and the Giants with none.
So Terrence Williams hurt his ankle early on. Eli Apple had 2 bad ankles in the preseason. So between them, they have 1 good ankle out there playing against each other.
The 46. Maybe 1.5. Under 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter. A draw. There goes Elliott. And he bangs his way all the way down close to a first down at the 36-yard line. So Elliott's already carried the ball a half dozen times tonight for 30 yards, 5-yard average.
When it all goes bad, those 2 guys on the interior for the Dallas Cowboys, Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, let's go behind those 2 guys and things usually turn out much better.
They not give him the first down. It's going to be second down about a half yard now. From the 37. Cowboys again going without a huddle. Here goes Elliott. A little spinning around to the 33-yard line. Well, nothing else. They're tiring out the Giants early.
They are. And that's, I know we've got a lot to talk about off the field with Ezekiel Elliott. You'll forgive us tonight if we just talk about him as a football player. But watch Ezekiel Elliott here. There really was nothing there. Watch this little spin move to get up the field to pick up that first down and keep those chains moving. He is a true difference maker, and having him in this game tonight, and we didn't know, right, as of a week ago.
Right.
Huge swing with Odell Beckham out for the Giants and Ezekiel Elliott in.
Yeah, who would have thought a couple of weeks ago Elliott would play and Beckham wouldn't. Minute and a half to go. Prescott's going deep downfield. One-on-one coverage is there. Crowd would like a flag but won't get one. It's Bryant. Casillas put the heat on. Jenkins covering on the play. 2nd and 10.
Well, deep down the field, here goes our matchup one more time. Janoris Jenkins just squeezing him into the boundary, and you can see a little bit of the frustration on the part of Des Bryant. Those are 2 physical guys. Janoris Jenkins won a national championship, University of Florida, 4 state championships at Pahokee High School. He is a competitive son of a gun.
Now Alfred Morris, the former Redskin, comes in, and he gets the ball, swinging to the outside, but nothing happening there. The Giants sealing it. Casillas coming over to make the stop, setting up a 3rd down and 12 now for the Cowboys.
Pretty nice play by B.J. Goodson coming across the field there as well. Not very often that you get off the block of Zach Martin. Watch it right here. Zach Martin out there, a great open field blocker, and Goodson able to just sort of pile it up back there and made the play along with Jonathan Casillas. That was nice.
Rod Smith now comes into the game. He is Jalen's brother. Comes in on 3rd down and 12. Beasley to the slot on the right. Fake to Smith. Then Williams makes the catch. Williams looks for blocking. Williams gets it, gets down to the 19-yard line. So they convert on a 3rd down and 12. And Williams, who got hurt or injured himself on the first play of the game, had to wonder about him, has come back in to catch 3.
Boy, that was a nice play by Dak Prescott. Had to get it over the outstretched arms there of Romeo Okwara. And when he made that turn, we've seen it happen before. Remember when JPP made that interception a few years ago here? Sure. Just barely got it over the top and set up that big play.
Elliott comes back into the game, and they will let the clock run down to the end of the quarter. So the Cowboys ran 26 plays in the first quarter, and the Giants ran 6. First down, Dallas, when we come back to start the second quarter. End of one, it's 3-0 Cowboys. And Sunday Night Football resumes after these messages.
The first thing that struck me was how it looks. It starts up very quickly. It's instant, in fact. Powerful. Takes you by surprise because it breaks from the norm. My name is Brody Neal. I'm a furniture designer.
You always have a choice. You can choose to ride with the right people, doing things for the right reasons. You'll always end up in the right place. Or you can choose poorly, end up stranded, buzzards circling, drinking rainwater out of your boot. The promise of a new life, the airport, or all-you-can-eat pancakes, the destination is not what matters. Although Portland's pretty happening right now. Now, it matters how you get there.
7 years, never a scratch.
That's more than a scratch.
What do you think of
a truck? So why not give it the protection it deserves?
I am so sorry.
Talk to a State Farm agent today.
Third and goal, trailing by 4. He fires to the end zone. Yes!
The moment you realize you have plenty of friends, just not plenty of space.
At Lowe's, we have everything you need to get your home ready to enjoy the game next week. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.
Your father wasn't perfect, but he was pretty damn close.
Tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by Geico. AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Opened in 2009, and the Giants with Eli Manning ruined the party that night, coming away with a win. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya. First down at the 19-yard line as we begin the second quarter. And we start with Elliott, and he's not taken down in the backfield by Harrison, but he's able to push him back, and then Jason Pierre-Paul gets credit for the tackle. Loss of 7.
Boy, Snacks Harrison is just so dominant. I hope you can enjoy this inside, what he can do, and then JPP is going to clean it up on the outside. But Travis Frederick, arguably the best center in the National Football League, and just no match on the outside, and then JPP able to clean it up. Big, big play on first down.
2nd and 17.
Steven, Jumper. Jumper over there.
A lot of gesticulating. Prescott throws over the middle, a little too high. A flag is down. Cole Beasley was the intended receiver.
Yeah, I think La'el Collins had a little takedown there.
Holding, number 71 offense. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
One of the hardest things is when a great athlete gets low around the edge. Watch JPP dip his shoulder here and get underneath. And Collins just has no choice but to kind of hook him and fall on top of him. And that look, despite you can see La'el Collins putting up both arms, but to no avail.
Giants accept the penalty. Could have been 3rd and 17. They opt for defensively a 2nd and 27 from the 36-yard line. Collins comes into the slot. Prescott fires, and that will be caught at the 25-yard line by Jason Witten to make it 3rd down and 16, and that's a gain of 11 for Witten. And Witten now owns the Cowboy team record for career receiving yards, eclipsing the mark held by Michael Irvin for so many years.
I tell you, you break a record with the Dallas Cowboys, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
As an Ezekiel Elliott last year, I started looking at some of the Cowboys records he broke, and you think, that's Emmett, that's Tony Dorsett, that's pretty impressive.
Crowd cheering. They put that note up on the big board on a 3rd down and 16 now from the 25-yard line. Prescott, he's going to get taken down at the 31-yard line by Olivier Vernon. Came over from Miami last year as a free agent and helped cement that defensive line. 4th and 22.
This was some kind of a screen pass, and yet Olivier Vernon, because you'll see Zach Martin's going to sneak out on the screen, but he didn't get a big enough piece of him, and then Dak Prescott was looking to the backside, not looking to the screen side. So that's the second time I think that Dak has tried to do something off course and got burned for it.
48-yard field goal attempt for Bailey coming here. And Bailey splits the uprights. Giants are fortunate. They've run 6 plays to 29, have 1 total yard, and they're only down 6-0.
Okay, let's call this agent. I'm coming over right now. Tell Caesar to keep his toga on. I'll be right there.
The newly advanced GLE can see in your blind spot. Onboard cameras and radar can detect danger all around you. Driver assist systems can pull you back into your lane if drifting.
Bye, Chief. Bye, Bobby.
And will even help you brake if necessary. It makes driving less of a production. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Finally.
Ron, they're finally taking down that Schwab billboard.
Oh, not so fast, Carl.
Oh no, Schwab again. Index investing for that low? That's 3 times less than Fidelity.
And 4 times less than Vanguard.
What next? No minimums?
No minimums.
Schwab has lowered the cost of investing again, introducing the lowest cost index funds in the industry with no minimums.
I bet they're calling about the Schwab news.
Schwab, a modern approach to wealth management.
All the moon belongs to everyone. The best things in life, they're free. Stars belong to everyone. They claim that for you and for me. Flowers in spring, the robins that sing, the sunbeams that shine, they're yours and they're mine. Love can come to everyone. The best things in life, they're free.
So if anyone has a reason that these two should not be wed, speak now.
So sorry.
Oh, no.
It's just that your friend Daryl here is supposed to be live streaming the wedding, and he's not getting any service.
I missed like the whole thing.
What?
And I just got an unlimited plan.
It's the right plan, wrong network. See, Verizon has the largest, most reliable 4G LTE network in America. It's built to work better in cities. Tell you what, just use mine.
Thanks.
No problem. All right, let's go live. Say hi to everybody who wasn't invited.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Now plans start at $40 per line for 4 lines.
Well, Eli Manning made his first start in Week 11 of 2004, taking over for Kurt Warner. Since that time, the Cowboys have the best record in the NFC East. But look at the number of starting quarterbacks. Cowboys and Eagles each with 12, Redskins with 10, and the Giants with 1. 200 straight starts, and of course 8 postseason wins, and they came 4-4 when they won a couple of Super Bowls, both against New England.
It helps.
Yeah.
Those 2 guys played a lot of football games, didn't they?
Oh, and there's Peyton Manning in repose during retirement. Enjoying a lot of different trips and playing a lot of golf, and here tonight. Dwayne Harris, 2 yards in the end zone. And Harris with a good run back, but a flag comes down. And almost always it's against the returning team. So we'll see if this one stands. Likely not. And Carl Cheffers will inform us.
Looked like the Cowboys' Damian Wilson sort of got dragged to the ground. Couldn't see exactly who it was.
During the return, holding, receiving team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Even Carl doesn't know who it was.
It's all right. That'll way to back me up, Carl.
Consecutive starts by a quarterback. Brett Favre, 297. Unbelievable. Peyton, 208 before he had to go down and miss the entire year. And then wound up with Denver. Eli now at 200. Archie and Olivier Some pretty good genes passed on, huh?
Yeah, they didn't raise no fools either. They know how to get that ball out of their hands. And it's one of the problems I think the Giants have is until they get this protection issue shored up a little bit, they can't take advantage of some of these great receivers they have now.
So the penalty takes them back to the 11-yard line. Toss Perkins, looking for room. It's taken down after a 4-yard pickup. Sean Lee tracking him to the sideline. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Well, we've talked about it a little bit, but the focus and the conversation for this Giants team really about these 2 tackles. I mean, there aren't major weaknesses anywhere else. Eric Flowers spent a lot of time in the offseason, lost weight, boxing, getting quicker. On the other side, Bobby Hart's, he's already struggled a little bit. They work hard, but one of the things the Giants have to do is start giving them some help if they can't pass protect.
And Hart was limping. Meanwhile, Manning has to check it down, and the Giants will get their first down of the game as Sterling Shepard makes the catch, forced out by Orlando Scandrick. So it takes the Giants more than 18 minutes to get a first down.
So you're going to get a lot more of this kind of look now. They have Rhett Ellison in there, which for a lot of teams is going to signify, okay, they're going to try and run the ball. So the Giants want a lot more play action. They want to give you run looks down the field and then try and come off of it and try and get some balls down the field. That's a pretty big shot at the end of that one.
Perkins played his college ball at UCLA to the 29. Rashard Jennings was their leading ground gainer last year. Let him go. So they've got Perkins and Shane Vereen and Orleans Darkwa are the 3 backs. They're all kind of like scat backs. So it's a different kind of offense. No real pounder. And they hope that Perkins can fill the bill. 2nd-year, 5th-round draft choice out of UCLA. And he picked it up last year, week 17, with 102 yards. That earned him the starting spot going into camp. 2nd down and 7. Here he is again, and the Cowboys are right there to stuff him in the middle. Tackle made by Lee. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Giants.
There he is, Jalen Smith. You've heard so much about him out of Notre Dame. Had the knee injury, so tragically, really, in his final game of his college career against Ohio State. Spent all last year rehabbing that knee. And now, because of the injury to Anthony Hitchens, he is going to have to fill that role. Justin Durant and Jalen Smith going to basically split snaps tonight.
Yeah, they have to limit Jalen's pitch count. Vereen in the backfield on a 3rd and 4. Play clock down to 3. Manning, after juggling it, throws, but short. Shepard makes the grab there. And it will be 4th down.
That was a great play by Sean Lee. Sean Lee is one of the smarter guys that plays football. He saw this route combination coming at him. He started to come out there and break the other way, but he saw it. Oh, let me drop that guy and come back in and get him. He just understands football.
Great adjustment. Giants pick up 1 first down, have to punt again. Brad Wing's 3rd kick of the night. Angled toward the sideline and out of bounds at the 21-yard line. 9.5 to go to the half. 6-0 Dallas.
What is PlayStation View? It's watching your favorite shows and sports, live, recorded, or on demand. It's watching across multiple devices at the same time. PlayStation View is a whole new way to watch live TV. And it starts right now. Even if you don't have a PlayStation, start your free trial today.
PlayStation.
Before I had the shooting, burning of diabetic nerve pain, these feet loved every step of fatherhood and made old cars good as new. But I couldn't bear my diabetic nerve pain any longer. So I talked to my doctor, and he prescribed Lyrica.
Lyrica may cause serious allergic reactions, suicidal thoughts, or actions. Tell your doctor right away if you have these, new or worse depression, unusual changes in mood or behavior, swelling, trouble breathing, rash, hives, blisters, muscle pain with fever, tired feeling, or blurry vision. Common side effects: dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, swelling of hands, legs, and feet. Don't drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. Don't drive or use machinery until you know how Lyrica affects you. Those who've had a drug or alcohol problem may be more likely to misuse Lyrica.
Now I have less diabetic nerve pain.
Ask your doctor about Lyrica.
This is what I make.
Honey Bunches of Oats. It's crispy sweetened flakes, plus crunchy granola clusters, plus a touch of honey.
It is, is good.
It all adds up to a mouthful of joy. Honey Bunches of Oats.
Have you tried it yet?
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have Hollywood's hottest actor tell you it's great. Because the only thing that will make you believe is trying it yourself.
We took legendary and made it liberating. We took safe and made it daring. We took intelligent and made it utterly irresistible. We took the most advanced E-Class ever and made the most exciting E-Class ever. The 2018 E-Class Coupe and Sedan from Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
FedEx Cup playoffs continue live from Chicago. 70 will enter, only 30 advance. Coverage of the BMW Championship begins Thursday on Golf Channel, continues Saturday on NBC with Jordan Spieth leading the charge right now. Cowboys have it from the 21-yard line off play action on a reverse roll, and he throws that one behind Witten and incomplete. Dak now 9 out of 18, 107 yards. Take a look at those standings right there. Justin Thomas, of course, has been hot in the chase. Dustin Johnson is third.
Top three.
Yeah, pretty good.
Can they play a little bit?
Just a little.
Speaking of playing a little bit, this Giants defense has been on the field a lot.
Yep.
End of the first quarter, they're on pace for 104 plays they're going to have to defend.
Second down and 10, and here's Morris. 3 big years with Washington, then came over here.
The star of the Giants defense so far has been this guy, without question. Damon Snacks Harrison, playing against one of the best offensive lines in football, has just made play after play, using his quickness, using his size, pushing the pocket back. He is absolutely one of the best. I hope you can take your eyes off the quarterback occasionally and watch some of these other guys play great football.
Signed last year with the Giants, just moved locker rooms. He's been with the Jets. 3rd and 6. Prescott on a slant to Williams. Off to the races he goes. Terrence Williams out of bounds just shy of midfield. So on a 3rd and 6, he's good for 23 yards.
Yeah, the old Green Bay Packers kind of play. You're just going to bring him underneath. The other 2 receivers basically just kind of create a pile in there where Eli Apple can't get over the top. So not really picks, just sort of natural traffic that he had to get around.
Cowboys going no huddle here from the 48-yard line. Elliott swinging to the right, and he was able to get by Goodson for a couple of more yards, a gain of 5 overall. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
That's unbelievable. I've seen jump cuts before, but not one that went 7 yards. Look at that. And he breaks a tackle at the end of it against the middle linebacker.
Let me hear that sound effect again.
I only have one.
That's it. Halfway through the quarter, it's 2nd down and 5. Elliott just short of the 1st down, 1.5 yards or so. B.J. Goodson, 2nd year out of Clemson, takes over as the Giants middle linebacker, stops him there.
Yeah, he can run, can't he? He played at Clemson. He was a part of the team that got beat by Alabama in the national championship game. Only played 13 snaps a season ago, but a downhill thumper kind of guy. If you're trying to run the ball, he's the perfect guy.
Takes the spot of last year's starter, Kelvin Shepard. 3rd and 2. Off the play fake again, and the pass is incomplete. Bryce Butler covered by Eli Apple.
Oh, baby, they had one because they were bringing the pressure inside. And if Eli Apple doesn't undercut this and make this play, there's nobody else back there. That is really nicely done in a big moment in the game. Jot that one down somewhere. That one may be remembered by the time this one's over with.
Chris Jones to punt. His second of the night. Dwayne Harris, ex-Cowboy, back at the 10-yard line.
It feels like the Cowboys are just controlling everything and got pulled away.
17 minutes of possession time to 6. And a fair catch call for back at the 8-yard line. So once again, the Giants begin deep in their own territory with Dallas up by 6.
Welcome. How's it going?
Hi. Hi.
Okay, so you've got 2 friends here.
Yes.
How long have you been friends?
For about 8 years.
Oh man, 20 years. 7 to 8 years. Awesome. What does dependability mean to you?
Always there.
Someone you can trust.
Reliable is a good one. Yeah.
Okay, this is the J.D. Power Award for dependability. Why don't you come up here and grab this award? Now, I want you to give that to the friend that you think is most dependable.
Oh! That's really mean.
Wow. Oh, most dependable out of both of you guys?
That's just not fair. Is this required? Does she have to?
She doesn't have to.
Oh my God!
No, but it's a tough choice, isn't it?
Yes.
Definitely, yeah. Well, luckily, Chevy makes it a little easier because it's the only brand to earn J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs 2 years in a row.
Wow.
That's amazing. You guys want to check these out?
Yes.
A Chevy Malibu. Wow, it's really nice in here.
I would buy it because it looks awesome. Chevy's a name you can trust.
Hey, Josh, will there be more drama between you and Des Bryant this season?
No.
Josh, then why did you just post this image of Des Bryant with sticks of butter for hands? You saying that Des can't catch anymore?
Nah.
Seems like you think you're better than Des Bryant.
I would never say that, sir.
Oh, Josh, you literally just posted an image that says, I am better than Des Bryant. I'm a tornado of coverage. I've out-sprinted cheetahs. Oh, Des, where are you? You're choking on my dust. You wish you were as cool, as handsome, as fast.
Day 13. If only this were as easy as saving $600 when you switch to Progressive. Winds stirring, too treacherous for a selfie. Sure, I've taken discounts to new heights with safe driver and paperless billing, but the prize at the top is worth every last breath. Here we go. Got him! Wait a minute. Whole wheat waffles?
This show, it's not about us versus them. It's about us for everyone. We hope they leave at the end of the hour feeling empowered to connect with their fellow human beings in a way they hadn't considered.
Thursday Night Football next week. Mike Tirico and Chris will be in Cincinnati. Texans against the Bengals. 8:26 kickoff, and not a minute earlier. As you look at some of the artwork outside of AT&T Stadium here in Arlington, and that artwork that you just saw is outside the Star in Frisco, where the Cowboys train. Spectacular facility. From the 9-yard line, this is Orleans Dart Club, and he gives them a little boost in a running game that has been dormant. A gain of 11 and a first down.
Yeah, we end up now with a new addition to the Giants this year, Rhett Ellison, who comes over and lined up in the fullback position, so you can bring in the additional tight end, play him on the line, play him sort of on the wing, or line him up at fullback. So some of the versatility that they didn't have with this offense a season ago. They played 3 wide receivers, 1 back, 1 tight end, 90% of the plays last year. No team in the league came close to that.
From the 21-yard line. Off play action and a roll by Manning and a pump fake and a throw underneath. And it's a short gain with a flag, and it's Evan Ingram, their #1 draft choice, tackled there by Sean Lee. Carl Cheffers and his crew to give us the call.
Ineligible player downfield, number 70. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Center, Weston Richburg. Talk about the artwork here. Of course, Gene Jones. Jerry and Gene have been married 50 some odd years, and it's a real family affair with the Jones family.
Boy, isn't it? Charlotte, Steven, Jerry Jr., but Gene got to do the introduction for Jerry at the Hall of Fame, and with good reason. Those two have been a pretty amazing partnership over the years.
You bet. Met at the University of Arkansas. From the 16-yard line. Manning under pressure, a little dump pass, and that's smothered. Darkwa makes the catch, and Lawrence and company in on the tackle.
Chidobe Awuje making the play on the outside. Eli wanted to throw the quick screen to the outside, and Awuje is going to come up and undercut the block, took that away, and then Eli Manning had to go to plan B.
Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 16. Vereen in the backfield with Eli. 4-man rush. Manning fires, had some time out to the 20-yard line. Boy, Lee's been on almost every tackle, and the ball came out, and the Cowboys all signal that they have it, but nothing yet. Sterling Shepard made the catch. And as they unpile, he will come up with the football. So the Giants retain possession. It's a gain of 5. Look here, Smith comes in there. Lee has been in on everything. Sean Lee almost comes up with it, but Shepard able to reclaim it. We think.
Well, I don't know who got it back, but that ball looked like it was loose before his backside hit the ground, and a clear recovery by Sean Lee. I think you're going to get a challenge here.
So Garrett just saw that, and here comes the flag. But they might have ruled the play dead, and so there's no challenge as Manning, under pressure again, throws to the outside, and not much happening there for Shane Vereen. A flag here. I think that Garrett was told that the whistle had blown and the play had been blown dead.
That's the only thing, and Jason Garrett was there. He was talking to the official, and if that official had said, no, I ruled forward progress had been stopped, and it's not going to do you any good to challenge it, I think that's probably what that conversation was.
Another flag on this last play. It would be 4th and 13. Had a lot of flags tonight, but only 3 accepted penalties.
There's no foul on the play. The coach was considering a challenge. 4th down.
So he was out of the coach's box, so it would have been a foul, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But you could see Jason Garrett knew exactly what it was that he was looking for, and the official basically talked him out of it, and I think said, I blew the play dead before they went to the ground, and then you can see Jason putting the red hanky back in his pocket. But so far, this Giants offense, or let's give credit to the Dallas defense, has been dominant.
Brad Wing, and this is a very short, poor kick, but it stays inbounds, and we have another flag as it rolls dead at the 45-yard line.
Well, if your offense can't move the football to give your defense a rest, I guess penalties are the next best thing. At least they get to breathe a little bit. This has been all Giants defense on the field in this half, and it's hot out here.
Roof is closed.
During the kick, holding, number 31 receiving team. 10-yard penalty, 1st down, timeout.
3:48 to go to the half. 6-0 Dallas.
Yikes, looks like you got hooked by Verizon.
Huh?
Since they started hooking people with unlimited, have you noticed them slowing down at all? Are you feeling the drag?
Now that you mention it.
Sprint's network is built for unlimited, with more spectrum for the future.
Thank you. Works for me.
Don't get hooked by Verizon. Switch to Sprint Unlimited, $22.50 per month per line for 4 lines. And now, pre-order the new Samsung Galaxy Note 8 and get 50% off.
Nationwide is on your side. What do you think?
We're almost there. On the jingle, though, Brad, I want to feel it right here.
Right here in the chest?
No, your heart.
Heart.
In your heart. Yes! Close. Close. We're almost there. Almost.
Well, basically got it, right?
Basically almost, but you're doing great.
What did I just get into? Nothing.
We hope you visit redcross.org/NFL or text Red Cross to 90999 to donate $10 to the American Red Cross Hurricane Relief. A Tuesday night at 8 Eastern and Pacific, 7 Central. Hand in hand to benefit for hurricane relief, featuring a telethon live from New York, Los Angeles, and Nashville. I hope we can stop reading those promos pretty soon. It's been crazy. As Elliott takes it around the left side. And that will be a first down, a 10-yard pickup for Zeke.
We haven't talked much about Chaz Green, the new left guard up there for the Dallas Cowboys, but he got out and he made a block on that one. If he can do some of this stuff in front of Ezekiel Elliott, look like Zach Martin on the other side. Nicely done.
From the 45. Cowboys with 180 yards tonight. The Giants with 41 to this point. And about 3 more here as Witten picks up short yardage, pushed back by Goodson. Second down.
How much you think Odell Beckham's missed by the New York Giants so far? You know what's happened, Al, on that side of the ball? The Cowboys have been able to stay balanced on defense. You know, you have an Odell Beckham on the field. You have to help that way. I thought they might dress him tonight and just put him out there and see if the Cowboys still tilted their defense that way and help those other receivers get some opportunities.
2nd and 6. Elliott swings to the outside. Puts his shoulder down and bulldozes his way to a first down. That's the sign for feed me. Keep feeding me.
Yeah, believe me, they're going to keep feeding him. And Zach Martin in the open field, and there's Eli Apple, Ohio State guys, right? Both of them.
Well, Elliott made his debut last year against the Giants here and gained 51 yards in that game. Already has 55 tonight on 12 carries. And a few more here as he takes it to the 36-yard line, and that's going to take us inside 2 minutes to the 2-minute warning. Dallas 6 and the Giants nothing.
Let's go, bud. Right here.
Be awesome to have this guy around all the time.
Let's go, Bud Light here.
Bud Light? Bud Light?
Let's go, Bud Light here.
Bud Light's all around.
Let's go, Bud Light here.
Yep, right here.
Let's go, Bud Light here. Let's go, Bud Light here. Let's go, Bud Light here. Let's go, Bud Light here. Let's go, Bud Light here.
I was wrong. This is where you belong. Now go before I change my mind.
Let's go, Bud Light here. Let's go, Bud Light.
Here's to the friends you can always count on. Bud Light, brewed to be America's favorite light lager.
Microsoft Surface is used by players, coaches, and officials at every NFL game, and now presents this instant replay of the week. In a preseason game in Denver, a Packers touchdown went under review. Using new sideline tablets, officials consulted with the league office to confirm the score. Seeing the runner get the ball over the goal line. Microsoft Surface, official sideline technology provider of the NFL.
The Autumn Carved Turkey is back for a limited time at Subway. So much turkey.
Looking for adventure this Labor Day?
Holy smokes.
Oh, man, that's pretty intense.
Look no further than Chevrolet.
This is a fast car. I feel like I left my soul back there.
Wow, this has power. Head to the Chevy Labor Day sales event and ride out the summer in a new Chevrolet. Now use Labor Day bonus cash to get $4,000 total cash allowance on most Chevy Traverse models, or get 20% below MSRP on select 2017 Chevy models in stock. Find new roads at the Chevy Labor Day sales event.
Knowing that you're competing against the best.
Sometimes you've got to piss people off.
At the end, it's one race to be a champion.
Coming up toward a halftime, Green Bay's defense dominates Seattle as the Packers win at home. Also the latest on Hurricane Irma from NBC News coming up at the half. Downtown Dallas, they're 2nd down and 4 now with Morris in the backfield. 1:56 to play in the half. Blitz coming. Prescott going downfield. A little hand fighting there, and a flag coming in. He had Bryant and Jenkins. Pushing and tugging. And it's going to go against the Giants.
Pass interference. Number 20, defense. Automatic. First down.
I can just tell you personally, I would not have thrown that flag. I don't think you can play defense better than that. He got his head around. He pinned him into the sideline. There's some hand fighting. There's their big guys. I wouldn't have thrown that flag.
I'm with you. I'm not sure he could have stayed in bounds, and he caught it anyway. 21-yard penalty. Elliott back in. Little swing. Elliott makes the catch and gets taken down by Collins at the 13-yard line. Haven't called Landon's name a lot. Boy, he played spectacularly last season. That run back that he had in London against the Rams was one for the ages on an interception.
125 tackles, 5 interceptions, and 4 sacks. Only Rodney Harrison had ever put together those kind of numbers, and that was back in the year 2000. Finished 3rd in the Defensive Player of the Year rankings, and he was that spectacular.
2nd and 7 out from the 13-yard line. Fake. Caught. Touchdown, Jason Witten. You run play action with Elliott, boy, that's going to open up a lot of stuff.
Ezekiel Elliott gets it going, running the football. Now watch what happens to the linebackers. You go play fake. Now there's nothing underneath to support Eli Apple on the outside. You get big Jason Witten going right towards the corner, cuts right back to the inside. There's nothing underneath that, and not much you can do.
Extra point by Bailey is good. So on a night when Witten becomes the all-time Cowboy leader in receiving yardage, he scores the first touchdown of the Cowboy season. 13-0. Sunday Night Football being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing by Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. By Subway, so much sandwich. And by Bud Light, brewed to be enjoyed responsibly. New Ring of Honor walk at the Star in Frisco. 16 of the 21 members in the ring attended the ceremony. You know, we've been around the league, Chris, and we've seen a ton of facilities, and what a difference from the old days. But what the Jones family and the Cowboys have built in Frisco is over the moon.
It still sets a standard, but we haven't been to Atlanta yet. And we go down there next week. I can't wait to see that one either. Minnesota pretty strong right now, the one we'll be in for the Super Bowl this year.
Right. The stadiums we're talking about, the stadiums are also the practice facilities. I mean, that practice facility that the Cowboys have is unbelievable. Tourist attraction. Back to the touchdown we go. What?
All right, let's go back. We showed you part of it. Watch Jason Witten go right at the cornerback, Eli Apple. And now what are you going to do? Eli Apple's in a zone coverage on the outside. All that linebacker supposed to be underneath coverage gets sucked up, nowhere to go.
150 or more catches against one team. Jerry Rice against the Falcons, who were in that division at that particular time. And the Rams, Fitzgerald against the Rams and the Niners. Witten 150 against the New York Giants. Start the series with Shane Vereen in the backfield. Cowboys up 13-0, 141. Giants have all of their timeouts. Manning, good protection, incomplete. Pass intended for Sterling Shepard, a little wide. It'll be second down.
I think Odell Beckham needs to call his agent at halftime and say, we need to ask for a lot more money. These guys aren't doing anything without me out there. And that would be absolutely true. And let's give a little tip of the cat to Rod Marinelli and what he has done. It's amazing they could reshuffle this defense the way they have and play like this.
Meanwhile, I haven't called Brandon Marshall's name once tonight. And that's caught, and it's an 8-yard gain for Vereen before he gets bounced out of bounds. Picked up Marshall from the Jets, big offseason acquisition. Nothing tonight. 3rd down and 2 here.
Yeah, maybe Shane Vereen can wake him up because he is the receiving back, and he did that in New England. But they have to get some of these guys involved. Evan Ingram is supposed to be the focal point. They have to get him involved in some way.
Marshall being covered bottom of the screen by the rookie Ruse, and the pass is thrown behind Marshall that time. So it's 4th down and another 3 and out, and the Giants in almost 29 minutes of action have 2 first downs.
That's on Eli. Brandon Marshall was in the right spot. He's coming around Sean Lee right here. The hole should have been right there. Eli was forced. He was under pressure. But Brandon Marshall was in the right spot, and Eli tried to throw it right over the head of Sean Lee.
Punt number 5 now for Brad Wing. And a sky-high boot. That's fair caught at the 24-yard line. Well, or not. The Giants said, wait a second. Didn't he put his hand up the way he caught it? But he never did. It almost looked like he had called for it the way he reacted after he made the catch.
He's sick of fair catching him.
Yeah.
This guy was an unbelievable return guy in North Carolina. They just
Receiver gave himself up at the 24-yard line, first down.
He gave himself up is what he did, yeah. It's a laugh out of that. Yeah, he didn't call for a fair catch, even though Lewis figures, well, he must have. Now, Lewis doesn't want to get penalized.
I think they gave him the yardage, didn't they?
No.
I think he said he never gave himself up.
Well, it's at the 24-yard line after a 43-yard kick.
Let's do the math.
Yep. Hold on a second. I got to get the abacus out here. Now Prescott. Rolling, buying time, firing, caught. Williams, 38-yard line. They can get to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. They have 2 timeouts to the Cowboys.
You're right again.
Right. No. What do you mean again?
They did not give him the yardage on that punt return.
38-yard line. Witten makes the catch, and he gets out of bounds. So Jason Witten, he doesn't get out of bounds. They said he was forced out.
The forward progress. Right.
So 5 catches for 39 yards, and the clock keeps on ticking. From the 43-yard line, 2nd and 5. And that's Williams making the catch up at the 49. Surprised that they're not going to take a timeout here. Now they do.
I'm going to tell you, I don't know how the New York Giants defense and pass rushers are still on their feet. This has been so dominant, and the Giants offense can't get out of their own way. And basically, for all the scrap and all the fight the Giants have put up defensively, their offense basically is wearing them out. The Cowboys came out in the no-huddle offense right from the beginning. Okay, fine, our offense will come out and take care of it. But for Steve Spagnuolo, this was his worst nightmare. Remember, we're talking about opening night here. These guys haven't played more than a half of football. I guarantee you there's going to be some conversations going into the tunnel at halftime between the defensive guys and the offensive guys saying, hey, it's time for you guys to pick up the pace a little here.
From the 49 now. Prescott 16 of 26 for 174. He's going to run. He's going to get the first down and a lot more to the 34-yard line. And now the Cowboys, if they want to conserve their timeout, and they don't, they take it here. It looked like Prescott wanted to come to the line and spike it there. That's a 17-yard run, and they take their final timeout.
One of the things the Giants knew is if Dak Prescott goes this way, typically he runs. If he goes to the side, typically he finds receivers and throws the ball. So when he's stepping up and through, you better be ready for this. Because at 240 pounds and that kind of movement skills, it's going to be tough to handle. JPP almost got there, but he is a tough guy to bring down with an arm tackle. The speed on the edge of Olivier Vernon and Jason Pierre-Paul has been neutralized by the fact that they've had to play close to, what, 45 plays or so at this point.
Exactly 45 at this point. 18 for the Giants.
A little like the Super Bowl and what happened to the Falcons defense in overtime.
Prescott fires. Witten, he's going to try to get out of bounds, but can't. They're going to have to get to the line of scrimmage in a hurry and spike it with the clock running down. 14, 13, and that will stop the clock with 10 seconds. And it will make it 3rd down and 1. They're in a very interesting position right now, because they'd like to be able to run a play, take a shot at the end zone if nothing else, and instead I think they're going to opt for the 3 points. I'm not saying it's a sure 3 points, but you get Dan Bailey pretty close.
And why not? If you could come out of here with 16-point lead and a completely dominant performance, you have to think there's no way this Giants defense is going to be able to regroup after playing that number of plays, and you haven't seen anything to scare you out of the Giants offense so far.
42-yard attempt. Jones to put it down. Bailey to knock it through with 5 seconds to halftime. 16-0 Dallas on top. Week 1 concludes tomorrow. Monday Night Football doubleheader on ESPN, and Week 2 kicks off Thursday Night Football NFL Network with Houston against Cincinnati. You know, Chris, we talk about the Giants defense getting gassed. The average number of plays run by a team in a game last year was 64. So right now, Dallas has run 47 plays, which computes to 94 plays on a hot night inside.
Yeah, and they've got this roof closed, and you and I, despite the fact we're so well conditioned athletes, we were asking for a fan.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine what the Giants are feeling like defensively out there.
Major diets that we're on.
Yeah. Discipline. It's not a bad performance by this Giants defense. I mean, to just give up 16 points with the way the Cowboys were going up and down the field and the way their offense played, not bad at all.
16 first downs for Dallas and 2 for the Giants. And they'll take it at the 25 with most likely a kneel down. The Giants will get the ball to begin the second half.
Well, you take Odell Beckham off and you start looking and you go, who's the playmaker now? I really thought that Evan Ingram was going to play a huge role in this first half. I didn't know what Brandon Marshall was going to do. He was out, didn't practice a lot. But Ingram was the guy, and they're getting the matchup they were looking for. They were getting some linebacker matchup one-on-one, and he just has not been a factor.
Dominant first half by the Dallas Cowboys. At the half, it's 16-0. Coming up next, it's the halftime. But first, these messages from your local station.
Drone feed's just coming in now.
Track that vehicle.
Roger that.
I need your team. Wheels up within the hour. No attack on an American will be tolerated. It is up to us to send that message.
This is the recovery of Dr. Kimberly Wells. There's no cavalry.
We are the cavalry.
These are pings from Kimberly Wells' cell phone. We should get an idea of where they took her.
Can you bring up the body cam? That's your man.
Let him walk. He takes us to Wells. Maintain visual.
They're moving her.
Dalton, now.
I'm the only CO I've ever had who doesn't see a woman first.
I'm giving you a shot because I know you can make it.
We're outmanned. We're outgunned.
We didn't come this far to leave Kimberly Wells behind.
No matter where you go, I'll find.
The Brave premieres Monday, September 25th on NBC.
We're going to take you out on the roadways and show you, put you behind the wheel.
Expect more.
When we arrived on the scene, I'll show you what we found.
Right now.
About to see it ramp up.
Wave 3 News Sunrise.
Wave 3 News Sunrise.
No surprises when it comes to the weather or traffic.
Live in Storm Tracker this morning.
This is the big story.
Everything you expect in the morning.
And a whole lot more right now.
Right now. 3-car crash. That's the Waterson right now.
See it live with meteorologist Brian Good, Lauren Jones, John Bowl, Julian Glover. Wave 3 News Sunrise.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
You can now reserve a car online, and CarMax will hold it for you up to 7 days for free. You come in when it's convenient. I know this because I'm from 7 days in the future. Now, don't be frightened. 7 days in the future is a glorious place. After all, you had 2 good hair days in a row. Perfect. Right out of bed. And this car you reserved at CarMax.com is still being held for you for free. Pretty sweet. Or, as we like to say, from 7 days in the future, we still say pretty sweet. It's basically the same.
With the new Best Chocolate Cake Blizzard and Molten Lava Cake, this month at DQ, we're calling all chocolate cake lovers. Literally.
Now, what's it gonna take to get you to a rich, fudgy blizzard today? If you'll indulge me, I'd love to tell you about our indulgent Best Chocolate Cake Blizzard. Oh yeah, it's chocolatey, velvety. Yes, it is rich, much like my phone voice.
The new DQ Best Chocolate Cake Blizzard and Molten Lava Cake a la mode. Irresistibly craveable, chocolate cake is calling. Pick up your spoons.
Welcome to Dairy Queen.
Enjoy $2 Oreo frappes and more during happy hour.
Wave 3 News right here after Sunday Night Football.
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.
Jason Witten sets the Cowboy record, all-time receiving yards, and it's the game's lone touchdown. Dominant first half from Dallas, up 16-0. To dissect it, back to the studio. Dan, Tony, and Rodney.
All right, Mike, thank you. 215 more yards of offense for Dallas than the Giants, which stood out first half.
Well, no Odell Beckham. We wondered what that was going to mean. Dallas's defense is just squeezing down on everything. They have no fear. Brandon Marshall, where are you? You got to stand up.
Yeah, and if you look at the Giants' defense, I think they're making it too easy for Dak. I mean, not a lot of disguise, and when he walks up to the line, he doesn't have to worry about the pressure package. They need to implement that in the second half.
Time now for the Pick Six. 6 games we think you'll be talking about tomorrow. We begin with the return of the Beast. He's back. Marshawn Lynch, 76 yards on the day. It wasn't the number of yards, but maybe how he got those yards.
And the thing I like, Dan, he closed the game out. When they had to make a couple of first downs on the ground at the end of the game, this is what he did. He ran hard and ran over people.
26-16 the final in Nashville. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Antonio Brown, the difference today.
Yeah, who's the one guy that you must stop in the passing game, Coach, when you play the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I would think it would be Antonio Brown.
You know that. Why the coaches from the Cleveland Browns? You can't stick him one-on-one.
11 catches, 182 yards. Arizona, Detroit, another fourth quarter comeback for Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, and I can see why Arizona may not have known about this guy. He's a rookie, Dan.
Kenny Golladay had 2 touchdown grabs. Carson Wentz threw for over 300 yards, and he finds his former first-round draft pick.
Yeah, I love the poise Wentz showed today, and this has got to be great news for Philly fans. Nelson Aguilar finally stepping up, making some plays.
Atlanta, they made it a little bit more interesting than they thought it would be. The defense came up big in Chicago.
Yeah, they started slow. They didn't play great, but they made the key play in the fourth quarter to get the win.
Seattle at Green Bay, it was a 1-point game until Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson did this.
Yeah, he caught Seattle trying to substitute, got Nelson on the linebacker.
Green Bay at Atlanta next Sunday night here on NBC. What do you think with this matchup?
Well, I love it because it looks like the Rodgers-Nelson combo is back, and that could be big trouble for Atlanta on defense.
The one thing I noticed about the Falcons is when they went to Chicago and they played on that natural grass, you didn't see that team speed. You didn't see it on offense. You didn't see it on defense. But fortunately for them, they'll be back on the turf, and you should be able to see that team speed.
And give Green Bay a lot of credit for their defense. We expected Seattle to have a great defense.
Yeah, and with Don Capers, he normally uses a blitz package to get to the quarterback. Now you can sit back with 7 and get pressure with your front 4. That's going to be big for him.
But we're going to see 2 outstanding quarterbacks. I can't wait to see this. Aaron Rodgers and Matt Ryan matching up.
A rematch from last year's NFC title game that was played in Atlanta. Coming up, NBC News with the latest on Hurricane Irma. But first, Toyota reminds us that sometimes all it takes to inspire your team is a good old-fashioned pep talk.
Fellas, if you told me we'd be standing here tonight, I would have said you were dreaming. And what a dream it's been.
Remember when we were 0-4 and everyone wrote us off? Did that stop us?
No! Because we were playing for the love of the game.
So maybe you're not the strongest or the fastest. Certainly not the best looking. But just try and show me anyone.
Anyone who's worked harder or come so far.
Because every drill, every loss, every time you fall down and get back up,
gets you closer to the top. They think they know you.
Go show them what they don't know.
Toyota, let's go places. The Winter Olympics, February on NBC.
Good evening, I'm Lester Holt in Tampa with the latest on Hurricane Irma, now a Category 2 storm pounding its way up Florida's Gulf Coast with winds as high as 105 miles an hour. The big concern right now is a potentially devastating storm surge. With me here is Al Roker. Al, what should we be watching right now?
Well, right now, 105-mile-per-hour winds, a Category 2, making its way. It's just north right now of Fort Myers, and then on its way to Tallahassee. Those onshore winds will bring in a storm surge of anywhere from 6 to 12 feet. So that's what we're watching right now, Lester.
Al Roker, thanks very much. Al and I will be back in the morning on a special edition of Today. For now, I'm Lester Holt, NBC News, Tampa.
Gentlemen, thank you. That's the story in Florida. Here in Texas, as you know, they've been dealing with the effects of Hurricane Harvey over the last 2 weeks. To aid in recovery efforts, J.J. Watt started a fundraiser with an initial goal of $200,000. That total is now over $31 million. Despite the great reception and emotion from the Houston fans today, on the field, the Texans were dominated by the Jaguars. Houston's first-round pick, Deshaun Watson, entered the game in the third quarter. He did lead the only Texans